Guys, I welcome you to my channel. Today I have an interview, very important interview. So I'm not solving lead code. I'll solve after the interview completes. So update I will upload the code after I complete my interview, or I will do lead code or blind 75 after I complete my interview. So I just solved. So I had an interview a couple of days back, and interviewer asked me to this question: create a polyfill, write a polyfill for uh, slice method. So what does slice method do? A slice method basically it takes an array, and it have a starting index and ending index, and here ending index will be excluded, and all the element from starting to n minus 1 will be element will be returned on the my slice method. This is how it works. So if I do array dot my slice, I have to write the starting index is 1, ending index is 4. So output will be 2, 3 and 4. If I do array dot my slice of 1, so output will be the all the index from one first index, all the elements from the first index, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for negative also he asked ki write for negative write your function so that it follows negative, it supports negative value as well. So here in minus 4, right? So uh, all the element after minus 4. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So all the element after 3 will be captured, and it's minus 4 to minus 1. So all the element from minus 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, all the element from minus 3, 3 to 5, because we have to exclude the last index, right? That is the question. So let's write the polyfill. So let me create a function called my slice function, my slice, right? And this function will have two argument, start index and end index, right? And what we have to do here, we have to do this part. Let me start index and end index, right? So first, while we are doing, we have to, if there's no negative value, you could have just retry that. We have the, and one more thing, that when we attach this function to this array, or when we bind this function to this array, we will have the context of this array, like if say that current array will have, you can access current array but this array using this method, this keyword, not method, this keyword, right? So I have access current arrays. If I attach like this, I have to do this prototyping thing. But if I do that array dot my slice, mm, this function will have access of this array. So how can we access? Using this keyword. So I have accessed this function. Now what will do here, I will uh, loop it. Let me write here updated start index, start idx, and for the now let me write this start index, and for updated end index, for updated end index I'll write end index, right? And I'll loop it. Just I'll create a new array, const new array, because slice method returns a new array. So what we'll do here, let I is equal to updated start index, and I less than length of the array. So current array dot length I plus plus, right? Now when, okay, so now updated plus plus, right? So what will happen that, uh, okay, so we just got not the length, will not iterate until the length of the array, will iterate until the minimum math.min updated end index or the length of the array. If any of them is smaller, I will iterate. So current array dot length, if any of, if one of them, like minimum for both, current array of length or updated end index, right? So we'll loop that, and we just put that data in new array dot post, and new array dot post, what will I post it, current array of I. That's it. That is the whole function we have here to write. this is the whole function we have here, right? Okay, yeah, that's it. So now I'll just return new array. Okay, so let me bind it. So we have prototype, and I can bind this function into that all the array. So all the array will have access to this particular function. So let how to bind. So array dot prototype 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 dot my slice method. I have chatting one more function to the prototype of array. My slice method is equal to this my slice, right? And we have attached. Now we can access it. So what I'll do here, console dot log, what's the first question, my slice array dot my slice from index 1 to 4, right? Let me do here, array dot my slice, correct? No, now I'll try to run this script. Let's see, it's work perfectly fine. So it is 2 3 4, right? See here, it is working perfectly fine. Now I'll try to console whole thing. So console.log with this part. So you see, from 1 to 1, okay, my slice from start index and end index is nothing. So end index is nothing. If there's nothing end index, if end index is defined, what I'll do here, I will use end index. How can I do that? End index, right? Let me write here end index or this dot length. So there is no end index. I'll assume that that is the length of the array. Length of the array. That's it. So this is how, see, from 2 all the value is being printed, 2 3 4 5 6, 2 3 4 5 6. Now let's work for negative value. So we have to cater for negative value as well. So what will happen, that we will be writing um, console.log negative value. So what will happen if I print negative value? It will go from right to left at particular -4 index, and from there we will print all the value. So but this code does not cater for negative value. So what can I do here? So just like negative value, if this is positive value, uh, if this is positive value, I'll consider this. I can, here the chance that I can get the out of bound start index. So I can write this math.min of, let me update it. If start index is greater than 0, I will write later. So let me update it. The start index can have a bigger value than length of the array. So I will use this min of math.min of what, length, or start index, start idx, or this dot length. So what will happen, that start index will have the smallest of these two. So start index, right? And if the start index is greater than 0, if this is true, then I will just return that start index, because we are here we are getting for the positive value. What if that start index is negative? So I will just write here, I write length. So current array dot length minus uh, minus sorry, I will add it, not subtract. I will add it start in, because this is negative, and if I add it, it will become a negative as well. It will basically subtract it. So if that is negative, start index, so what will happen, that it will take current index minus start index. So what is the current index here? And the current length is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and what is the start index? The start index is -4. So -4, so what will be the next? So 6 minus 4, that is 2. So we will start from 2. So we will start from 2, 0, we start from 2, 6 5 2 what 0 1 2 start from 3, right? And it will work. So let me update the end index as well. We can have a lot of test case, but we are just focusing on this thing. So let me update this end index as well. So there is chance that end index also out of bound. So end index, let me update end index as well here. End index will be the math.min, uh, math.min and idx. So the minimum of index, end index or length of the array. If like in the end index also keep, like why I'm doing this, because I have to make sure that we are not going out of bound. Out of bound means out of array. So consider that length is only 5 6 and we are trying to access array of 7. So that's why this function will work here. Now let me update the end index. If end index is greater than 0, I will just use end index. Otherwise we'll do same, current dot length minus end index, current dot length plus end index, so that, sorry, and idx, so current dot length plus end index, so that we get the uh, exact index, not negative one. So what will happen, that if index is -1 here, the last case, so current index is 6 and -1, that is 5. So we will iterate from 3 to 3 and from index 2 to index 5, where 5 is excluded. So 2 to 4, so 2 is 3 4 5, 3 4 5 will be the execute, we will execute, and that's it. Let me write for both the test cases. Console.log -4 comma -1 and it will work. Let me run it. Okay, I have added 2 colon. I should write this ternary operator. So I have to write this colon, then column. I have to write question mark, then a column. So see here what we are expecting. Everything is working fine, just like, and we can test for other test case, like if that is out of bound, I want to access out of bound element, that is 5. I will again get nothing, empty array. I should get, or 5 is empty, 5, okay, 5 is the length of the array. I should, if I get, if I write my slice of 7, what should I get? We should get empty array, right? Here see, we are getting empty array. So yeah, that's it. This is very simple function. Writing the what writing the polyfill for my slice, and we can have multiple polyfill, like polyfill for map, polyfill for reduce, polyfill. This was I was asked, so I have created this video, and I was giving some of the bigger, like I was giving interview to the bigger, like interview to a big startup. I'll mention when I got job there, but I'll not mention right now. But this was, he asked me, and I solved that. He was happy with my solution, because when I was solving this, I was explaining it. Yeah. So that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll meet tomorrow, and I'll continue uploading video until I get job in big tech, right? And this is my motto, and I will keep grinding it. So yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll meet tomorrow.